Greetings, folks. Today is Sunday, December the 30th, 2018. And if it's Sunday, it's my response to the Sunday shows. I've got to ask. Oh, by the way, my name is Tom Lina Weaver, and this is my commentary, or my response to the Sunday shows. So I've got to ask, where in the world did all that stupidity come from? It's incredible. First, Fox News Sunday had a fellow by the name of Steve Scalise. He's a Republican in the House of Representatives, I think. Anyway, he was talking about the border. How many times do I have to talk about the border? How many times do I... this guy is stupid. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, was he shot in the head? If he was shot in the head, that just might explain it. I know he was shot. But was he shot in the head? I don't know. I'm going to have to research that. If he was shot in the head, that could explain why he's so stupid. Mr. Scalise, if you can still read the Constitution. You remember that oath you took? To support and defend the Constitution against enemies, foreign and domestic. Do you remember that, sir? Does it matter to you? Because if it did, I ask you to keep your oath of office. Now read the Constitution and you tell me, sir. I challenge you. You tell me. Where does the Constitution authorize the federal government to secure any border? Now, if the state of Texas wanted to build a southern wall, fine, let Texas do it. It is their job to secure their borders. Unless there was an invasion force coming to their border, then the federal government can take some action. But only an invasion force. And these people that are coming up from Honduras and all those places through Mexico, that is not an invasion force. I know some people have been trying to say it is an invasion. Yeah, well, those people are stupid because they don't know what the word invasion means. Anyway, I mean, in order for it to be an invasion, they have to be, be carrying weapons and, all kinds. I don't see. I mean, these people don't have a tank. They're not dressed up in uniforms. Okay, so they are not an invasion force. Now, anyway, these are just people that need help. Now, I'm not saying, listen, I'm not saying that people come here constitutionally. I mean, they have a constitutional right to come here. Because the Constitution does not allow the federal government to have immigration laws. Immigration laws in this country are unconstitutional. Not that the Constitution matters anymore. I mean, we've got people in Congress that take an oath to support, defend the Constitution from enemies, foreign and domestic. But they're not doing that. They are bastards. They are an illegitimate government because they're not keeping their oath. They're frauds. And they really should be in jail. Every one of them. As far as I know, every one of them are frauds. Even people who I like are frauds. Rand Paul, for example. He doesn't always follow the Constitution. He doesn't always keep his oath of office. I don't know about Justin Amash. I have to look into him. But out of all, Rand Paul comes closest to keeping his oath of office, even though he doesn't. Completely. That's my problem with Rand Paul. That's the only problem I have with Rand Paul. And I'm thinking maybe if he became president of the United States, he would do better at keeping his oath. The president takes an oath to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. Maybe as president he'll do that. I don't know. But the fact is he's stuck with a bunch of dimwits that took the same oath and don't even come close to keeping their oath. Chuck Schumer is one that Lindsey Graham, Chuck Schumer, and I hope John Kasich never becomes president. But if he did, he's not going to keep his oath of office. We don't have any politicians that keep their oath of office. Of course, now the problem is the American people don't care. The American people are like sheep being led to the slaughter, and they're comfortable. But I want to tell you something, Bill Gates. I want to tell you something, George Soros and Warren Buffett. When the people are led to the slaughter, that's going to include you. You can't tell me that what's coming is going to affect you. When we have a worthless dollar, is that going to affect you? Anyway. So, the border wall. Now, Donald Trump did the right thing for the wrong reason, shutting down, doing a partial shutdown of the government. Leave it shut, because then eventually the American people's going to figure out we don't need that. Hey, Social Security is still operational. Essentials of the government are still open. I think the post office is still open, isn't it? I think the Federal Reserve is still open. So anyway. But, my goodness. Steve Scalise does not believe in the Constitution. Anybody who thinks that a federal border wall is authorized by the Constitution, well, let's face it, you're just plain stupid. Okay, I'm going to move on. I've said enough about that for one day. Now, meet the press. Again, another showcase of stupidity. Oh, my goodness. Of course, they Chuck said we're going to do one topic today, and it's called climate change. Chuck, don't be so stupid. You've lost some of my respect today by saying The science has been settled that climate change is real. Climate change is not real. And Michael Bloomberg, one of your first guests, he's the only guest I could not stand the onslaught of stupidity that I've been seeing in these two shows today. The fact is, there is no climate change. And even if there was, Mr. Bloomberg, man can't do anything about it. How stupid can you be? He said that, this is real and we have to do something about it. Now, I've talked about this before, too. I did a whole commentary on climate change. The fact is, this is, let me tell you something. 2 times a year, the first day of spring and the first day of fall, or autumn, those 2 times per year, the direct rays of the sun are on the equator. That has never changed. Never. And on the two other seasons, winter and summer, the first day of summer in the United States, the direct rays of the sun are on the northern tropic. I say northern tropic because the names are Cancer and Capricorn, and I get mixed up whether one's in the north or one's in the south. So anyway, the northern tropic. First day of summer, it's on the northern tropic. Now, the direct rays of the sun are anywhere in between the 2 tropics. That hasn't changed. And the rays of the sun is what determines climate. Okay? And there's nothing man can do about changing that. Now, I also said I can almost understand why some people would think there's global warming. I don't think there's global warming. Okay? Now let me explain this. And this is real science, folks. This is not junk science that Chuck Todd called science. I'm really surprised at you, Chuck. I thought you were smarter than that. Anyway. I mean, if you keep on showing stupidity, I am not going to watch Meet the Press anymore. It's, I'm sorry. I'm not, of course, now that I've started my Sunday show response, I have to do show prep, don't I? Anyway. Okay. So, in order to change climate, you would have to change the axis or tilt of the earth. You would have to change the way the earth positions itself and how it orbits the earth in order to change climate. You have to change the position of the earth so that the direct rays of the sun go somewhere else. The earth doesn't warble around the sun, creating something. Anyway, it's just. Anyway. It orbits around the sun, and it's on a steady course around the sun throughout the year. I mean, these are the things that create climate. Man cannot change the rays of the sun. Man cannot change how the earth orbits around the sun. Man cannot change the position of the earth, the axis, the tilt, in relation to the sun. Man can't do that, you stupid Bloomberg. There is no climate change. But you're wealthy. You don't care. You're going to promote those lies no matter what. I mean, maybe you're trying to make money off of it, which I wouldn't doubt. Anyway, so climate now, global warming. Let's talk about global warming. And I've done this before. I explained this before. The fact is, we have an Earth's core. At the Earth's core, it burns. All right? Molten lava, you ever hear of that? Okay, it burns at the Earth's core. It's a very hot place. I mean, the Earth's core being a very hot place is what created the idea of hell. Okay? That hell is down. All right. So, I don't believe that about hell, but, I think hell is right here. Right here on Earth. It's just, anyway. Okay, now, so, what about global warming? Well, I don't necessarily believe in global warming. Okay, the Earth's core generates a magnetic field that protects the Earth from the harmful rays of the sun. And if you don't believe me, look it up. I mean, if you're not stupid, maybe you can use your keyboard to go to Google and look this stuff up. Okay. So the Earth's core generates this magnetic field to protect us against the harmful rays of the sun. Now, what if, imagine the Earth's core fluctuates in temperatures. Now, the hotter it is, the stronger the field, the magnetic field. The cooler it is, the weaker the magnetic field. And so where the magnetic field is stronger, it is cooler. Where the magnetic field is weaker, it is warmer. Okay? Follow me on this? Now, this happens in pockets. We can have a colder than normal Russia, at the same time having a warmer than normal United States. At the same time. Because the magnetic field over Russia might be strong, while the magnetic field of the United States might be weak. You see, the magnetic field fluctuates as the Earth's core fluctuates. You want to solve this problem? Send a nuclear device down to the core, and maybe, I don't know, if man could do it, if man could do something about this, the thing to do is make sure the Earth's core burns steady. But it doesn't. It doesn't. And therefore, we have pockets where it's really hot and other pockets where it's really cold. That's what's going on. That's the real science, folks. These people are so damn stupid. Bloomberg, Brown, the whole bunch of them are stupid. Let me tell you something. This is another place where I applaud Donald Trump. He got us out of these Paris Accords. He doesn't believe in climate change either. in the 70 years of his life, has the climate changed? Did the rays of the sun change? I'm sorry, folks. Bloomberg is stupid. There is no climate change. It's all political. It's all government control. Well, we have the idea that we have to do something about it. So what does he want us to do? He wants to pass these punitive laws telling the American people, you can't do that because it hurts the climate. Bull cookie, Mr. Bloomberg. By the way, Mr. Bloomberg, and all you other liars out there, do you know what the Bible says about lying lips? They are an abomination to God. Of course, you probably don't believe in the Bible either, so there's no point in me saying that either. Now, I don't know where these scientists come from that say there are climate change, but I don't know if they're being paid by politicians to say what they're saying, or if they're just plain stupid. Anyway. Okay, I'm past 20 minutes. I did not expect to go past 20 minutes, but there I am. I guess these commentaries are going to keep on getting longer because I have a whole bunch of to say at one time. So, but that's got to be the end. I mean, you know, between the Constitution and we have a government that's not following the Constitution, and that the sheep of America don't seem to care, and then we have climate change that doesn't exist. It's all political, folks. It's all political. The truth doesn't matter to these stupid people. Anyway, that's my commentary for today. Thank you for listening.